Coming up next on the Fourfold Path, we have Episode 7, A Summary of Prayer.
Welcome to the Fourfold Path and Dr. Michael Leikey's spiritual tools and technologies that will increase the quality of your life.
And welcome back, everybody. I'm Reverend Dr. Michael Leikey. We've got Episode 7, a summary of the last few episodes in regards to prayer. We'll be back.
Now in its 10th season, listen and watch Fridays to Dr. Michael's podcast and webcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Spreaker, Blog Talk Radio, YouTube, and Facebook.
And we're back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to recap the last few episodes in regards to prayer treatments, because as far as our spiritual technologies and tools are concerned, meditation, number one, mystical meditation, higher consciousness meditation, or contact meditation, number one, period. That's your basis. You have that, you're going to heal others. It's really cool. It's relaxing. There's so many therapeutic benefits to it, which have been clinically proven. Next important, before one goes on the actual fourfold path to enlightenment, are the prayer treatments, is prayer. And in the very first of the series of the prayer episodes, we spoke about the clinical studies that were done. I've got my notes here, so I'm going to turn them over. Larry Dossey, Greg Braden, amongst other people, establishing prayer works. Clinically, it was established. Spiritually, it's been established. No question, prayer works. With my particular field of endeavor and beliefs in schooling, which is New Thought metaphysics, religious science, science of mind, I've come through my thesis, my research, my dissertations, my books, my degrees, to the information that I've just shared with you, which I'm going to recap now, in regards to what we call scientific or affirmative prayer. There's basically several steps to it. Get yourself into, and this is for yourself and or your patient or client or friend. You can do it together with a partner, face-to-face or not. You can just do it by yourself to try to heal things. It's up to you. Regardless, the first step, you breathe 3 times. You get yourself into slightly altered state, meditative state. Why? It increases the power. Whenever you meditate, whenever you do self-hypnosis, that oneness with source, that relaxation, it makes everything more powerful. If you're going to try to reprogram your unconscious mind, you must do it in altered states. Otherwise, it'll have no power. The words have no power. That goes for all the affirmations as well. You breathe a couple of times, you get yourself into slightly altered state, meditative state, self-hypnotic state, whatever you want to call it. Number one. Number two, you feel, or you get your partner or your client into the feeling of peace, love, joy, harmony, higher intelligence, wisdom, creativity, gratitude. And that's oneness with God. We call unifying and identifying. So you're unifying and identifying with God, if you want to call it that, or unifying and identifying with higher mind or the universe, universal mind. That's the next stage. The feeling of peace, love, joy, harmony. Meditative state, peace, love, joy, harmony, feeling. Then the statement. And the statement will come easier to you the more experience you have. You can write them out. You can practice on a friend or a spouse. It's up to you. But the wording will come. And basically, it's the opposite of the condition that exists. So let's say the person is sad. Right here and right now. And you have to say right here and right now, and as if it is already so. So that's the intention. Right here and right now, I affirm and I declare I am happy, I am grateful, I am, or fill in the blank, I'm whole, healed, and complete. Or I already have all the prosperity, all the money that I could have ever imagined. Or right here and right now, I have this amazing relationship. It is fulfilling. It is, you fill in the blank. And so it's a little bit of a rambling statement, that scientific prayer or affirmative prayer at that point. And you bring in the energy of gratitude. So right here and right now, in this energy of peace, in this energy of love, in this energy of joy, I am so grateful for all the money, all the prosperity that I have, all the health and wellness. It is already so. Always important, it is already so. The next stage, so that's your affirmative statement, affirmative prayer statement. Then you release it. I release this word, knowing that it must, it shall, can, will return multiplied of itself, never void. You can fill in the blanks and say a tenfold or 100-fold, but then you just let it go. Because if you hang on to the prayer, where is it going? It's not coming back to you, duh. So, meditative state, unifying, identifying with God, feeling the peace, the love, the joy. I affirm and I declare right here and right now, I am whole, healed, and complete. In gratitude and appreciation right here and right now, I am whole, healed, and complete. I release the word, knowing that it shall, can, will return multiplied of itself. And then the stamp. And so it is. And so it is, so mote it be. Boom. Conviction. That's it, basically. That's your scientific or affirmative prayer. Make sure you have the feelings, all those feelings of emotion, and very, very, very important. With prayer treatments, it's just a shortened version. I believe we tackled this last episode. So for yourself or the person you're with, breathe in a few times. You get them to breathe in a few times just to relax them and get one. Right here and right now, in this love energy of the divine, I affirm and I declare that I am already whole, healed, and complete, and I am so grateful. I release the word, and so it is, and so it is. Then you can take a breath again to kind of close it up. So similar components, just a little bit of a shortcut. You're unifying by breathing. You're affirming in the here and now that it is already so, whatever the opposite of the condition is, and you're letting it go. Because remember, Einstein said, everything travels in a circle and returns. So if you let something go, it'll come back multifold. You can do a blessing. We tackled blessing last time as well. You can do a blessing on yourself. Visualize God's white light or gold light, whichever you can relate to more. Maybe it's a different color. You're filling yourself up with God's light. Perhaps it started at the third eye or brow area or the heart or soul chakra. But wherever it's come from, you're seeing it, you're visualizing it, you're in slightly altered state, always in slightly altered state, which I call meditative or self-hypnotic state. You're giving yourself a blessing, or you're giving the person next to you a blessing, or you're looking at their afflicted area, putting the white light or God light there, healing light, or from a distance, visualizing the person, filling them with God's white light, and knowing that they're already healed. And that's not the secret to it, but that's a key component, is the feeling, the conviction, the knowing, not just the belief, but the knowing that it is already so. They're already healed. And it's not done in an arrogant way. It's not done in a taking God or higher mind or the universe for granted. It's like, oh, they'll fix me or they'll fix that person. It's kind of like a knowing that God has already answered the prayer before it has been released, or God or higher power or universal mind or the infinite has already taken care of it. And you're just verbalizing it. You're just bringing into your own consciousness and the consciousness of the world or the universe, if you will, this powerful conviction, this powerful, oh, it's done already. That's why I love scientific or affirmative prayer. It's so, if you'll pardon the pun, affirming, life-affirming, powerful. It's so good. And it's very, very practical as well. I love Reiki. I'm a Reiki master. I love prana healing. I do pranic healing. I have that training as well. But there's something simple simplistic about prayer. There's something healing and simple and neat about affirmative prayer treatments, which I also call meditative mind treatments. It's been proven. Ernest Holmes, so many hundreds of thousands of times did prayer treatments, meditative mind treatments, what he started calling scientific prayer treatments, because in a clinical study, let's say we're working with science, when you have a theory and then you go about to prove the theory with the various tests that you do, this is very, very similar. It's not watered down, but through trial and error throughout the ages, these various stages and steps have been established and they work, hence the term scientific prayer. And this goes back, another recap before we wind up, to Quimby, Phineas Parkhurst Quimby, P.P. Quimby, considered to be the father of New Thought. So was Emerson the philosopher. But Quimby the healer, Quimby the clockmaker, was one of the first ones to do prayer treatments. He didn't call them prayer treatments, he just prayed over his patients and clients, and his statement, his belief, which I still love, this has been documented so much by him, the reason is the cure. So I'm going to elaborate a little bit before we wind up this session, the summary on prayer. It's a well-known belief, and I believe this as well, that emotions are the basis for illness or wellness. If you're happy, you're going to mostly be well all the time. You're going to rejuvenate your cells. Everything's going to be amazing, except with the normal amount of, as we get older, our cells and tissues, they do die. We have to supplement them with vitamins and nutrients and exercise and proper diet. But the spiritual component can rejuvenate. I believe that. Hopefully you do as well. Nonetheless, why does a person lose their eyesight for no reason? Why does a person lose their hearing? Why does a person start to limp, or their knee or their hip hurts? Arthritis aside, or maybe let's include arthritis. The great thinker, the great metaphysician, now gone, Louise Hay, wrote a book called, I believe it's called Heal Your Life. And she, not watered down, but brought to the forefront New Thought metaphysics. Back in her day, I believe it was the 1970s or 80s, with treatment of AIDS patients, by the way, that's where she started. But with this little book, which became a slightly expanded volume called Heal Your Life, she gives the reasons in very succinct form for various illnesses from A to Z, and the emotional causes, which brings us back to Quimby, because Quimby believed the reason is the cure. So let's take an arthritic ankle. A lot of people believe it's inflexibility. Let's say you have the emotion or the belief of inflexibility. You like things to be the same way all the time. You don't like to deviate or change things. Something may give. That's tension. Oh, let alone fear. We don't even want to get into fear, what fear causes, all those nasty bits. But inflexibility will make knees, joints start to stiffen up. You don't want that. If you can catch that before it happens, fantastic. If you can't, well, go to a doctor, get your pills, get your medication, supplement with affirmative prayer treatments, and you'll probably be better. But you want to catch these things before they get worse. It's called preventative treatment, if you will. So try as much as you can to heal yourself, heal any issues in the ways that we've already described that may be hindering or may eventually hinder your life before they get worse. Deal with issues, deal with traumas. I have tons of tools for my books. Do the research. You won't be sorry. This being said, emotion being behind everything, being the cause of everything, I hope you'll use meditation and scientific/affirmative prayer treatments for your own good and the greater good of others. It's powerful, it's pure love, it's effective. All along towards the fourfold path to enlightenment.
Expand your consciousness and awareness with Dr. Michael's more than 40 paperback books of a self-help, mystical, new thought, and metaphysical nature, available from Amazon.
Join me next time. I'm so grateful you did this time. Peace and richest blessings.
Welcome to the Fourfold Path and Dr. Michael Ikey's spiritual tools and technologies that will increase the quality of your life.